Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning to you. Previously you have learned about the solid, liquid, gases, the arrangement of solids, liquid, gases, and then you have learned about the kinetic energy, the forces of attraction. So today we're going to learn about states of matter, diffusion. All right, what means by diffusion? Okay, so our world will be states of matter, will be diffusion. If you have your textbook with you, please open page 70 71. So, explaining diffusion. So, if you very carefully put a drop of food dye into a glass of water, you can see the dye very slowly spread out. Eventually, the dye spreads throughout the water. You can explain this using particle theory. Okay, I highlight this one, particle theory. Okay, the particles in the food dye and the water are free to move. Okay, particles free to move. The particles of food dye and water move randomly, bumping into each other and changing direction. After some time, this random movement causes them to become evenly spread. This is called diffusion. So I want you guys to remember this thing. Okay, the particle theory. So you can see from the picture, right, before and then is a clear water, and then you add food dye, blue food dye. So look here, you add it spread, right, from here, and then it become more bluish and then all blue after 5 hours. So this means by diffusion. All right, this is diffusion in liquid. All right, so you can see the blue dye over here, water particle, the dye particle, and then they bumping toward each other, and then they start to disperse. And when they start to disperse, the blue color become evenly spread. Okay, so the diffusion happened because of the random movement of particles. Okay, why diffusion happened? Because the random movement of particles. So what is diffusion means? Diffusion, according to particle of theory, okay, the particles in the food dye and in water free to move. They move randomly, bumping into each other, changing direction, and after some time, this random movement causes them to become evenly spread. This is called diffusion. Okay, so let's see the diffusion in gas. Okay, diffusion also happens in gas. Gas particles move freely than the particles in liquid. Bromine forms a yellow-brown colored gas. Oxygen is a colorless gas. If they are placed together, you can watch as they diffuse into each other. Okay, so look here. So here in this jar, it has oxygen, but you cannot see oxygen because oxygen is colorless. Okay, but it has oxygen. So you put the bromine gas. Okay, so sorry. So the bromine gas is here, and 15 minutes later, the particle diffuse spread out the jar. So the bromine particles start to move from this jar to this jar and evenly spread. So particles of oxygen and bromine are moving about quickly. The spaces between the particles allow the gases to mix together. The particles are now evenly spread between the two gas jars. Okay, so this is the diffusion happens. So usually diffusion happens faster in gases compared to liquid. Why? Because gas have lot of spaces, lot of empty spaces. Okay, so they move and bumping towards each other more rapidly. So that's why the diffusion in gas is more rapid, or is faster than liquid. So there is diffusion of gas, diffusion of liquids, but not in liquid. Alright, there is no diffusion in liquid. Please remember this, no diffusion in liquid. No, cannot. Okay, only gas and liquid. Alright, not in, I'm sorry, what did I say just now? No diffusion in solid. I'm sorry, not liquid. No diffusion in solid. Alright, no diffusion in solid, no diffusion in solid, no diffusion in solid. Understand? So the fastest will be diffusion in gas, Slower will be diffusion in liquid and no diffusion in solid. Understand? Okay, so diffusion in gas, you can see if I spray the perfume, okay, 2 minutes later you can smell the perfume. That means the diffusion had happened, diffusion in gas. Alright, understand? How did it happen? According to particle theory, they have random movement, bumping towards each other, and they evenly spread. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you guys for listening.